It's thinking. Okay. Hi, Matt. We're getting ready to start the Ethics Bowl, and I'm just going to point the camera to the appropriate team. Hopefully, you'll be able to hear what they're saying. If you have a specific question, chat with me on Hangout because I'll watch that as, or try to watch it as we live stream. Okay, so everybody say hi to Matt. Hi. Okay. Okay. All right, so we're going to do the coin flip. Lena, I always pick on this person that sits right there. You call it in the air. Heads or tails? Tails. Heads. What was it yesterday? Tails.
It's always tails.
It's tails again! Do you want to, like, is somebody going to check my coin?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you want to go first or second? First. Okay, so they've chosen to go first. Okay, so judges, team 2, right? Yeah. You're team 2? Okay. Team 2 is on your white paper. Matt, if yours are both the same color, the one that says team A at the top. So just write your name as judge and team 2 as the competitor, which means team 3 goes on your ballot B. We good? Okay. So let's have team 2 pick their case, and then we'll give them 3 minutes to prep. And 12.
I'm the top lottery number. Me.
Okay. The team has picked case N12, Feminist Choice. This is about Brandy, the college senior that has accepted a prestigious law school, but is no longer sure she should attend. Her friends are kind of pressuring her that, like, giving up the opportunity to go to law school and studying for the LSAT, right? That would be a waste of her resources. But she, like many other women, is struggling with this decision, right? Like start a family, raise children, or go to law school. And so while her friends are pressuring her, like, you can have both or you can do both, she's leaning more towards choosing to be a homemaker. And so, so discuss whether or not, like, what you think the moral thing to do in this situation. Like, is Brandy right or are her friends right? So 3 minutes to talk about that on the clock. Here we go.
Yeah,
That's such a pertinent one.
exactly. Making other feminists that's how you do it. She's doing one stuff. Right. So I definitely think it's she's doing it for her own good. And then the counter argument to making so because we're not better together population because she's not trying to. Okay. I think yeah, I definitely think I'm bringing our I'm finally talking if I throw up, I'm sorry.
What?
I have 2 minutes left. I can do this. Yeah.
So judges, when they speak, you're evaluating them on the first 4 boxes on the front of the weight sheet where it says part 1.
I can do the counter. And then I can add.
Okay, Matt, so as they prepare, you're looking at the first 4 boxes on their ballot. So you're going to evaluate them in those areas and give them a score from 1 to 10. Okay, I think they're ready. You good? Okay. So So let me reset. So you have up to 3 minutes. I'm also gonna try to tilt this towards all of you so that Matt has a better. There we go. There's team 2. They're so cute. Look at them. Okay. You look good. You look good. Okay. So, 3 minutes to answer the question. Right? Is Brandy ethical deciding this? Are her friends right? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's completely reasonable for her to turn down that job because in the article it mentioned that she wanted to have the opportunity to take care of her kids, start a family, and this and that. And I definitely think it comes down to ethics of care, which is caring for yourself and caring for your own people. So I can really understand where that reasoning came from. And I don't think just because she went to school for so long, she doesn't have to commit to a job in that field of study because our lives are all about trial and error. You know what I mean? So she has the right to make her decision, and I don't think she's disgracing, feminists or people who don't have those opportunities that she has. If that makes any sense.
Another ethical theory could be is ethical egoist, because she is doing this for herself, not for the general population. But also a counterclaim for it could be utilitarianism, because becoming a lawyer would benefit the population because there's always some, not criminal activity, but something that always needs help with a lawyer. And since she's not continuing school for law and she wants to go and become a stay-at-home parent or go and do something else, she's not benefiting the population. She's benefiting herself instead.
All right. Good? Okay. So now team 3, you have 2 minutes, how to respond, agree, disagree, addressing all their points. Go ahead and talk to each other. It's you there.
No.
There's team 3. They're cute. They're just as cute as the others. Okay, so now so they get 1 score on the back. You got it. So when they respond, they just get a score on the back. And then
But she also did
flip over and
And the end, she said she doesn't think that things are clear cut, which means she's kind of.
You got it. Yeah. So when it's their case, it's the front of their feet. When it's their opponent's case.
So pretty much I feel like, you know,
I tried to make that as
wishy-washy.
easy that actually part of the all their scores are on the same page.
So I feel like she feels like she's obligated at the same time.
Yeah, I like that.
So we'd be counteracting. If you go against this, we'd be affirming that it makes sense.
42 seconds.
Like I have a theory.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we all agree.
You got it, dirty weekend.
Thank you.
We are in trouble. That cause coming.
No, we have to be good.
So I feel like she feels like it says here, Brady doesn't think things are so clear.
God,
She's wishy-washy. That's what clear cutting is. She feels like she thinks about her husband, which means she feels obligated in a way that her husband would just be miserable staying at home. She just doesn't think. Yeah. So she feels obligated.
she wanted.
Like in her nature. She's wishy-washy. So personally, I believe she doesn't.
You ready? That's your time. Okay, so 2 minutes on the clock to hear Team 3's response to Team 2's case. Matt, it's the back of their ballot. So the Team B ballot, you're giving them 1 score on the back. Okay, so whenever you're ready.
So at the top of the article, it states that Brandy is looking forward to a life as a mother and often likes the idea of being a homemaker. But further down at the last paragraph, it says Brandy doesn't think things are so clear cut. For instance, she thinks that it makes more sense for her to choose being a homemaker than it would for James. So I feel like she's wishy-washy with the idea of what she wants to do. She feels obligated in a way that she'd be the more parental figure, like she'd have more of the instinct, the motherly instinct, to stay at home and take care of the child than her husband would. So I feel like in a way she may want to do it, but at the end of it, it's kind of like knowing that her husband wouldn't be happy doing it. It's what's driving her.
She also states that she states in the last paragraph that she doesn't think that the choice of her wanting to be a stay-at-home mom would make her less of a feminist. And she kind of like gets upset by the idea, saying, if being a feminist is about explaining a woman's options, why shouldn't being a homemaker be one of the possibilities among others? So basically she's saying like she can still be as much as a feminist as like she wants to be, but she doesn't have to prove it to anyone else saying like, oh, I'm going to be a lawyer just so it proves I'm a feminist. If she wants to be a stay-at-home mom and still be a feminist, she can very much do it, or she could do both.
Good. Okay, so now our original, right, team 2, so now 2 minutes, like wrap up, response to them, go ahead and talk to each other. I'm gonna move our camera. Okay.
This way. She's not living like other photos like that.
We go Monday and we judge Tuesday.
We're good. Good? Okay. Okay, so team 2 has their final thoughts. Judges, this is part 3 on the team A ballot. So the very last box on the front of their piece of paper. Okay, so 2 minutes whenever you're ready.
All right, so we agree with like what Pauline and Maddie said, but like we're not exactly sure what your ethical theory was, so we don't really know how to respond.
Okay,
That's it.
but you agree with the comments that
Yeah.
Okay.
What's it?
Okay. Come on. Sorry. There. Okay, I stopped. Like, I can't stop it.
Derek was a bad time.
Okay, so judges, if you have a question that you need to pose for clarification to the team that drew the case, you are allowed to ask now. Matt, if you have a question, just type it in the chat on Hangouts and I'll ask it for you since we're live streaming, you can't verbally respond. Anything? No, Lydia, anything? Okay, let me make sure Matt doesn't have anything. No. Okay. We're good.
Wait, did he say no?
No, he just didn't reply anything,
Oh.
so. I
What,
think-
is his camera not working or something, or he just like?
Well, we had talked about how there was some lag time yesterday, so that when he's presenting, we'll use Hangouts. But if
Yeah.
he's just watching, this is a more like accurate, because this camera was like messing up and stuff. Okay. All right, well, let's switch roles then, okay? And yeah, if you want to start totaling things and if you need to use an electronic device to do that, that's totally fine. Okay, so now let's have the other team draw theirs, do their research.
Yeah, like this.
Why are you still?
Holy movie. Do you think Matt watches Dragon Ball?
Hey, Daily.
Okay.
Can I come in your next one?
Yeah, just remind me to send an email. Okay, The team 3 is selected case N11, Man's Search for Meaning. So this is the one based on the true story of Viktor Frankl, right? Who was one of is famous in the field of psychology too, right? But his famous book, Man's Search for Meaning, right? Great book if you've never read it. Okay, it is really about this like decision to give up his U.S. visa to go home during the Holocaust, right, with his family, right? And so I guess the question to ask is like, do you think Frankl made the right decision to go back and be with his family when he could have very easily stayed in the United States and been sheltered from concentration camps? Okay, so 3 minutes for them to decide if they think that Viktor Frankl made the right decision. So that is. Turn it this.
Yeah, I think his parents were getting sent to concentration camps, and he went back. He was going to get sent, and he didn't go back. But he didn't know he wanted to stay there and protect his parents.
I mean, going back, I feel like his parents as a mother, I wouldn't want my child to come back. I would want my child to go to all he did. Yeah, that is the best friend resort. Because all he's doing is he's carrying on her bloodline. As parents, don't you think they're obviously I read all of them when I got really you know, as a parent, I would want my child to be safe. I would want them to carry on. Even if you weren't a parent, what's the point of having an extra person go to a concentration camp for no reason? Right. Literally, he was just
Yeah, 2 minutes left. Yeah, 2 minutes left.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think we're good.
Oh, good. Oh, question, yes.
Do you want to just talk?
Did his family die in the Holocaust?
He did not.
He did not, but did his parents?
I'm trying to remember. It's been so long since I've read that book. Yes, I'm fairly
Wait, now
certain.
we're confused. Wait, okay.
No, he survives. Okay.
Yeah, I remember him surviving, but I don't.
So that's how he writes the book.
Exactly.
But he's still in trouble. Exactly his family.
I mean, he develops. Yeah.
Okay, we're good again.
So he has to live to tell the tale. But I don't remember if his parents. I'm fairly certain they did. That book's probably sitting over there on the bookshelf.
I thought it was like Anne Frank. Maybe he wrote about it and someone published it.
My favorite books. I don't know how it's instantaneous. The junkiest piece of book.
Yeah, all the boards are bending.
You're all safe.
That girl might be.
You don't think I can?
No, you know, she's not said anything. Yeah, she hasn't said anything. You said something. Me and her said something.
I didn't say anything.
Oh.
It's okay.
You find any of
Me and Jacob are.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my god.
I mean, I said the one.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
His
yeah.
mom was murdered in Auschwitz.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm fairly certain both his parents died. So his parents,
It was his parents, his wife, and his brother.
yeah.
Oh my
They all
god.
died in Auschwitz.
Oh, that's like the head one.
Auschwitz wasn't a murder.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
It was
just a holding cell.
It was the biggest concentration camp.
Okay, so,
Yes, it was.
Auschwitz was one of like the
Yes,
biggest.
That was
and
the
they
biggest
were-
one.
No, they still gas people.
Yeah, they still got.
Yeah,
But it
that's
wasn't
killing them.
meant
They
for
still
killing.
killed them.
Yeah, but the camp wasn't meant.
You just said that they didn't kill anyone at all.
No, they killed people.
wait, what are we starting? Wait, what is happening?
Okay.
Now, if you're
It wasn't meant for killing. It was
But they still had gas chambers, so it was meant for killing
Yeah,
people.
They did still, yeah.
they still killed people. but it wasn't
Okay.
like the main killing.
Okay, you ready?
It wasn't really a main killing cell. We all like worked.
They all
It
killed.
wasn't an
Okay.
Over execution.
All right, well, we can incorporate this into our lives
I
discussion.
get what you're saying. I know.
You get it?
Okay. All
We
right,
all were killing.
3 minutes. So back to Viktor Frankl, right? Was it the right decision to be with his family or not?
No,
Okay.
it was not.
It was
because
not. Why?
All that's doing is enduring him more pain. Like, they're all still gonna get sent there anyways. His parents still gonna get sent there. So we're using the theory utilitarianism because, is that how it's? Yeah. Because, all that's doing is making him endure pain. So.
Pretty much all he's doing is leaving. As a parent, I would want like my child to like stay safe. So I feel like it was the wrong thing to do. Like, I can understand where he wanted to be with his family, but at the same time, it wasn't for the greater good because like he still watched them die. He still had to endure the pain that they endured. So in a way, he was suffering, but I feel like if he would have been like staying in the United States, he would have suffered less. He wouldn't have had to go through like watching them die and being in the concentration camp and like experience the things that he did.
Good? Yeah. Okay. So now, judges, that's the first 4 boxes on the Team B paper. And so now, right, we 2 minutes to discuss how you would like to respond.
The more I think about it, the more I'm certain of it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I just realized we had to Oh my god.
I think they are.
Like, that's I know from the parents' perspective, we're not looking from the parents' perspective, we're looking at Frank's perspective. You know what I mean?
Frank?
30 seconds left.
Yeah. We're good.
Good? Okay. So judges, we're looking at the back of their sheet, right? The back of the Team A sheet. They get 1 score for responding. So 2 minutes, how responding. Do you think that Viktor Frankl made the right decision?
Yeah, I think he made the right decision to stay with his family. I think it might be best, but it's like abandoning his family like that to go to America is only like kind of pushing aside the pain. It's still going to come. But I think there was so much more in him being with his family during that time and facing the same terror and the trauma that they all went through. But I think it means so much more if he's with them through that. You know what I mean? Because his family raised him and he grew up with those people. And, you know, they're all this, you know. And I think it's important for him to be with them during that time. You know what I mean? Because I just don't think there wasn't any benefit. I mean, there is benefit in him going to America to connect with research, like in a utilitarianism perspective of him benefiting all these people. But I think we chose ethics of care as our theory because he's going to put his family first before he puts anything else first. You know what I mean? And that pain was going to come either way, but I think it needs more for someone to endure that and, you know, be able to say goodbye to his parents and be like, okay, bye, I'm going to America. You know what I mean? It's kind of like bitter, you know what I mean, with being with them, being able to see them for the last time and saying goodbye if you had the chance to, I think is more important. But I just don't think utilitarianism really fit your explanation. I think it was more ethical egoism, him like thinking, okay, it's better for myself to not endure this. You know what I mean? But I also think that like if he did go to America during this time, that he would just be like prolonging the pain of losing his parents. Like he's never gonna know when they die. He's just gonna hopefully eventually return to Germany once World War II blew over and figure out that his parents, wife, brother were dead. So he's just gonna be in a deeper depression than like seeing them go, because then he has closure that they actually went and they're just not hidden somewhere.
Okay. All right. 2 minutes then to
Half of what I was
think
gonna
about
say.
your final thoughts.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. I was gonna bring up that.
Turn it this way now. Judges, at this point, you could be totaling up your Team A sheet at least, getting a grand total on that one. And we're going to look at the last box on the bottom of Team B's sheet once they're done prepping.
Knowing that they have, like, what is wrong with you?
I feel like
That's
40 seconds. You don't good? Oh, we're good. Okay. Okay. So, our final word of the ethics goal for the day, right? Team 3, responding to those comments. So, whenever you're ready.
So, just since you wanted a better explanation of why it's utilitarianism, we were bringing up the fact that he was the appointed head of Department of Neurology at Ruth Child Hospital, and he has had many years of experience dealing with suicidal patients, and how he's able to study their brains, study the effects of everything, and just has so much knowledge with him that by him going back to a concentration camp or going back to where his family is, he is potentially giving up so much opportunity or so many opportunities and knowledge he's giving up so much knowledge that he has to where it could better not only being with his parents, but he can help like millions of people. He can help way more people in America or everywhere else because he has the knowledge to fix them or help them or whatever they need or just to deal with them at all. So by him leaving and going to a concentration camp and dying, he's giving up all the opportunities.
And plus, like, as a parent, like, would you, like, want your kid, like, with you at a concentration camp? Like, I feel like that's, like, better for them, like, knowing that he's not there. So that's a good reason for you to, too.
Personally, like, my dad, he doesn't, like, if something goes wrong, he doesn't really try to shelter me away from it. He just tries to give me, like, the easiest experience through it. Like, with my parents' divorce, I obviously was a part of it, but I was kind of, like, I wasn't involved in it. He kept me as far away and out of it as possible to help me because as a parent, he felt that that's what he needed to do to help me.
So it comes down to like the nature and the care of the parents wanting him to stay away from it.
Okay, 1 second. That's great. There we go. All right, round of applause for our teams today. That was good. Okay. We'll let the judges, oh, wait, sorry, judges, did you have a question for Team 3? I'm sorry. Anything that, like, you needed clarified? No? Matt, did you have anything?
Dude, so it's alright.
I don't see anything in the chat.
Oh, no, that was-
Okay, thanks, everyone.